Kahal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kachodash, and the honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone, and peak to that station. I'm doing this work in true sincerity in the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm gonna do this lesson. Okay, going into this Coinbase commercial. All right, going into Bitcoin. All right, and the blockchain. All right, and also information. Okay, on the U.S. dollar, man. All right, and the Federal Reserve. Okay, and when I seen this commercial, all right, I was very, very surprised, man. Okay, because never before, all right, have we seen, this type of information being put out, to these Babylonians, man. Okay, this is information that brothers have known, since they came into the truth, man. You know, since the apostles and the elders, telling us about the Federal Reserve, telling us about the International Monetary Fund, okay, and what and central banks, and what all these things mean, all right, and what the elite are doing, all right, in this wicked banking system, man, all right. And Coinbase just put this shit, I think I seen this shit during like a NBA commercial, man. So why is Esau, putting this message in front of the masses, man? Okay, and you brothers already know the answer to that, man. But I'm gonna go into it, after I play the commercial.
If a Bitcoin was the size of a quarter, all 21 million of them would fit inside a single shipping container. But to fit the dollars the Fed prints on average every day, you'd need 72 shipping containers. Each year, you'd need 26,280 containers. And to fit what they've printed in the last decade, well, you'd need a lot more than that. If a Bitcoin was
So as the commercial said, okay, the future of money is here, okay, and you got all right them, making it warm and comfy, all right, to you American citizens, you American peons, you Babylonians, you know, this example, all right, is colorful, all right, it shows depth, it shows creativity, all right, so it's making you gravitate, more and more to Coinbase, but getting into that digital money, man, getting into that Bitcoin, and the blockchain, okay? So it goes into, all right, the entire, wealth and value of Bitcoin can be put, feel like it can be put inside of a one storage container, man. Okay. The entire wealth of Bitcoin or the market cap of Bitcoin, can be put in one storage container, man. Okay. So that makes it sound real convenient, to the people, man. Okay. And also, what does it do? It the commercial demonizes the dollar, the US dollar. Okay. Here it is. If you said this truth 3 years ago, 2 years ago, pre Crown Royale, if you spoke on inflation, hyperinflation, if you spoke on the devaluation of the dollar, you was treated as a bug out, man. Okay, you was treated as a scammer, all right, a pessimist. Okay, but now all of a sudden, all these different news outlets, all right, now the elites have given them to the permission, to speak on inflation, okay, to speak on the Fed, the Federal Reserve, all right, to speak on interest rates, okay, and that's only for one reason, man, okay, that's to you know corral you, all right, into the digital system, man, into the ultimately, into the MOTB, man, okay, into taking that RFID. Okay, that's what this is all about, man. Okay, even with Donald T being in office, he's working shop to the U.S. economy, and he's intentionally, destroying the U.S. dollar, all right, and creating hyperinflation in order to pivot you, all right, into that digital currency, man. Okay, and right now, Coinbase is able to do commercials and say, oh, well, this is just about, investing in crypto, investing in Bitcoin, investing in Solana, investing in Ethereum, all right, um, Litecoin, what's some of the other coins, XRP, Shiba Inu, you know, and I don't usually, speak on these different crypto coins and all of that, but all this stuff has been used as a lure, you know. You don't think nothing of it, but it's a reason why Esau is building all of this up, man. It's a few brothers that's in a camp right now that was into the crypto, man. Me and our brother Paul Thon specifically, man, we was into the crypto, seeing, you know, um some of these altcoins and shit like that, you know, to where you can put in a little bit of money, you go back to your account a week later, 2 weeks later, and you then 10 times your money, man. 15 times your money, you know? So these things, got our people hooked, man. All right. And the general population hooked, all right, on the crypto train, man. Okay. And right now, even though the economy is doing bad, the stock market is doing bad, right now, this current time, Bitcoin is up to 100,000, man. All right, 100,000 USD a coin. Okay. That also has to do with the inflation, and the devaluation of the dollar, but people are having more and more trust, all right, and belief, all right, in cryptocurrencies, man. Okay. And and through the spirit you can see, you know, that these all these different countries, all right, are still operating under the elite, man. Okay, because you don't hear Russia coming out, all right, speaking against Bitcoin. You don't hear China coming out speaking against Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. All these other nations are investing in cryptocurrency, man, and putting it into law. Okay, because they all gonna be a part of that digital system, man. They all gonna be instituting the MOTB. Okay, so a lot of this shit is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. But that's why you gotta have, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. That's why you have to be able to know the prophecies, man. Even though these nations might declare war on each other, like Pakistan and India, that's going on right now. Even though they politicians might go back and forth, okay. At the end of the day, man, they're gonna move according to what the Most High, all right, Yahweh ordained, man. Okay, I don't give a damn what they pass. I don't give a damn what vendetta they have between each other. Even with the U.S., Babylon and Moab, all right, with the tariffs, man. At the end of the day, both of those nations are gonna be instituting that MOTB, man. Regardless of what the hell happens, man. Okay, so that's what makes the men of the Lord ahead of all these conspiracy theories, ahead of all these so-called truthers, man. Okay, because we know the end all be all, man. All right, according to the prophecies, man. All right, and that's why we're able to filter, all the news that comes out, man. Because if you don't got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and you going into all this different news, all these truthers, okay, all these conspiracy pages, you'll bug yourself out, man, because you ain't got that foundation. As the scripture says, you're gonna be turned, to and fro. Okay, you're gonna get you a bug out bag. You're gonna go to academy and get you an AR and a shotgun and a bulletproof vest. Okay, and some MRE rations. You're gonna be bugged the hell out. But since we have this truth, all right, all the information that we get and that we gather from all these different sources, okay, we are able to pick the bones out, man, and get all of the protein, man. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that's why you Babylonians are bugged out now, man. All right, believing in that lamb. Okay, believing in that Democrat Republican system, man. Believing in voting. Okay, Esau got your mind consumed, man. If you believe that, oh, I'm a libertarian, that shit sounds crazy, man. I'm a libertarian. I'm a Democrat. All right, I'm a Republican. I'm a whatever, a bipartisan. You bugged out, man. Okay, you gonna buy into the system. A lot of you Edomites that claim that you 1776. All right, you super constitution, all this bullshit. All right, your ass is gonna take the MOTB. Okay, because you ain't got the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right, and you may or you may not be an Israelite. All right, you don't got the full truth, man. Some of you dudes that's super truthers and 1776s, your ass took the juice. Okay, because Donald T came out and said, "Oh, it's a big, beautiful, you know what? It's a big, beautiful jab." You know, in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. All right, that's talking about the ancient Roman Empire, man. Okay, Esau came back, man, through their so-called Renaissance, man. All right, and built Rome back up. Okay, that's why these Edomites are in total rulership of the planet Earth, man. That's why you have the EU and NATO, man. All right, that beast system. Okay, is back in the Earth. All right, that's why you don't got East Indians in the EU. All right, you don't got Moab in the EU. All right, those are only Edomite nations, man. Okay, it says he exercised Salakia in verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. All right, and this is going into this devil's magic, man. They've been using all kind of projections, all right, all kind of hallucinogens, AI, to bug out these people, man, and to buy their allegiance. All right, and deceiving them, and, mention Elon Musk. All right, his Neuralink, making people that have been paralyzed their whole life, been in a wheelchair, and he gonna put the Neuralink on them. And they're gonna be walking. They're gonna be running. They're gonna be running as fast as goddamn Deshaun Jackson and shit. You know, Esau gonna have some shit for you two-third Jakes, man, to make you believe. And deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right, and the image of that beast is Esau's philosophies, man. His way of life, all right, which is unlawful, which is wicked, okay, and contrary to the law of the Most High Power, man. Okay, but that's what he wants to push all across the planet Earth. All right, and the men of the Lord, the elect men, are going to refuse that, man. All right, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so it says rich or Salaki, it says rich and poor. Okay, so the nigga all the way in Acres home, all right, to an heir of the Rothschilds, they all are gonna take that MOTB, man. Okay, just like in that movie, The Kingsman Secret Service. All right, even the rich and the elites took that MOTB, man. All right, it ain't no just for Jake or just for Esau. No, Esau's gonna put that out to the entire planet, man. All right, it's all the nationalities. All right, because he wants to be as the most high power. All right, he want to dictate. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so you cannot buy or sell. All right, and we'll clearly see that this devil, all right, is devaluing the value of that US dollar, man, of that US currency. Okay, a lot of these different nations that bought Babylon's debt, all right, they sent it back the bonds, man. They sent it back those US dollars to America. Okay, so it's a powder keg brewing for hyperinflation. Okay, but guess what? Esau got the solution for you. When your US dollar don't work, all right, not even just the US economy, when the global economy collapses, Esau gonna have a solution for you, man. Save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? And a lot of people gonna sell out for that, man. All right, for that ability to buy a car, for that ability to buy food. Okay? For that ability to, like I said, the scripture said, the miracles that Esau gonna be pushing out to be able to walk again. Okay? To be tall. Esau gonna have all kind of shit, man. All right? But hey, man, I do want to make this lesson. All right, because I seen that commercial, man, and I ain't never seen no commercial like that, put out to the masses, man. Okay, so hey, we're about to get the hell up out of here. All right, Esau's making his preparations to push that digital currency. All right, that blockchain technology, ultimately, that MOTB, man. But that's all I had, and shalom.